Well, what's up, basketball fans? Christopher here, and tonight the 8th grade Wallace Rangers taking on the Dahlstrom Mustangs in Buda, which means Dahlstrom home court advantage. You see the Mustang in red there on the court. Of course, the red and black stripes on the white unis belong to Dahlstrom. Solid blue for Wallace. Curtis, number 2, at the center line for the tip-off. And we're underway. Gets the possession. Here comes number 5 in the opening bring the ball down situation for Dahlstrom. Reed Gregory, number 2, perhaps the only name I'll know for Dahlstrom. Pass fired, overhand to the free throw line. And then Reed thought about it and picked the foot up. 8-minute periods, 4 of them, as we wait for Braden to tie the sneaker. Ollie, who did not come out, I don't think, last game, brings the ball down the court. Curtis, first shot, and uses the backboard and has 2. Wallace, of course, won in the A team and the B team games against Barton last week, so trying to keep that short streak alive. 5 into the paint, open 12, left side of the glass, and he's got it. And immediately Dahlstrom shows press. Dewey back to Curtis, and then they finds an open Ollie to the left side. 14 charges in, pulls up. Patrick down the baseline, good looking pass to Curtis, and he's got his second bucket. Wallace repaying the favor, and they didn't do this right off the bat against Barton, press that is, but both teams gonna spend some of that energy early in this one. High pass, bounce out. Reed's got room, Dewey covering him, but let him take it if he wanted it. Back to the top is 5. 14, a couple of dribbles in, got 3 on him, and now Reed will pull the trigger on it. Uses the backboard, but a little strong. Offensive board, 5 resets. Gregory, who's owning the wing there. And now to the other side, 5. And it's deep as well. Another offensive board in the put up, and would have been an and one situation. Couldn't get it to drop, but early in this one, we'll go to the line. A 4-2 Wallace lead. Dahlstrom seeing if they can't cut into that. Second of 2 won't go either, and Reed hustles and gets another board. So offensive rebounds galore for Dahlstrom. They're winning the hustle end of the floor here. And then Ollie gets his hands up, and Dewey grabs it, and now Reed ties him up. Even though Curtis got his hand on the tip-off, it went Dahlstrom's way to start the game, and so this possession arrow belongs to Wallace. Ollie walks it down, picked up by 14. Curtis sets a screen. Ollie used it for a second, crossover, and picks up the dribble and then swatted away. Ball stays with Wallace to Patrick. Creates some space, and then it's swatted away. 14, and Patrick tries to get it back, and now he swats it out of the 34s, and Dewey tries to tie him up, and they will get the jump ball. So Dahlstrom uses their possession to get the ball that time. 14 with it back in his hands. Crosses over, back out, and too hot for 34 to handle. He does get it back, and a hard bounce pass to 5. 4:30 in the first. A 4-2 game still. Overhand pass. Reed thought about it and called for the second time on that jab step for a travel. Curtis does the inbounding when he's on the floor. Ollie does the bringing the ball down the court. Patrick tried to set a screen. Ollie up, and I guess swatted all ball. Looked like he might have had a bit of skin on that one, but nevertheless out of bounds. Curtis looking for Braden, tipped away by 5. 5 fresh feet enter the game for Dahlstrom. Meanwhile, Ollie, and tipped away by 4, and there's a picture of those fresh feet now, and the right side layup drops, and it's a tie ball game. Back from the timeout, an 11-member deep bench for Dahlstrom, just 8 for Wallace in the press. Patrick to Curtis, and then a hot pass to Braden, and he'll take the jump shot. It's too strong, but on the other end is Patrick, and it's swatted away. Curtis ducks ahead, up with it, too tall. 20 with the board, and then a tie-up. Curtis catches it off the inbound, down the baseline, back to Patrick. Baseline jumper, won't drop. Swatted back out, 3 has it and saves it. Patrick trying to get it back, but safely in the hands of 4, and here come the Mustangs. Braden meet 4 at the top. Couple of pump fakes, back to 3, and wheels it back to 13 at the top. First time the ball in his hands. 3 on the right side. Tipped away by Braden, but caught by 13. Back to him underhand style, pretty pass. 4, and Curtis, using that speed, steps in front of that one, but couldn't maintain possession. 3 thought about the 3. And then a high pass, Curtis with the ups, and tips it to himself. Right side, and the layup good. He's got 6 points tonight. Good display of athleticism from number 2. And a timeout by Dahlstrom to talk about it. 1:43 in period 1, a 6-4 ball game. 13 back to 4 rather. 3 calling for it. And he sends one to the moon and found the front of the rim close, and another offensive board. 13 will try a 3 now and bags it. He's got the first 3 of the game, and he lights the crowd up. And for the first time tonight, Dahlstrom has the lead. Ollie picks up the dribble and then gets it back. 11 comes, trying to find Curtis to stay on him. And then the ball gets away from 3. Over the top, 13 in the corner. Good looking pass to Callum, who's on the floor for the first time, and he steps out of bounds. 4 inbounds and gets it back. 53 seconds in the first period. Here comes 4 on the right side. Pass to 3. Callum slides over. It's that 2-3 zone defense Wallace plays. 13, who has the hot hand, and Ollie knocks it away. Keeps possession. Barrels down. Easy layup, and it's in. Back to 8-7 Wallace. Callum trying to stay on 4. Uses the sideline area, and then a turnover. So clock still runs, even though it's out of bounds. I think that was an oversight. 14 seconds to go. See if Wallace knows it's under 10 seconds. Right side. Ollie's got to get a shot off into the paint. Sends one up, and too strong. And that'll buzz. 8-7 after 1. So Dahlstrom to start, period number 2 with the ball. 14, swatted away by 5, maintains possession. Hot pass, 12, had a lot of velocity on that one. And 1 open for the 3, but too tall on the shot. 12 goes up for it. And some more offensive rebounds. And this ball knocked away by Ollie, caught by Curtis, and back to 3. So a good fast hand brand of defense by Blue. 13 on the receiving end of that one. And then swatted away by 14. He's got scrappy hands. Throws one out to 5, but it's too deep. But saved. 1, backs it back up through the legs. And then Ollie knocks that one out. Inbound, and then back to the thrower. 5, looks back. 1, gonna move around the court. 14 knocks that hot pass down, and Ollie picks him up. Wants to work the right side. Perimeter passing, around the horn they go. 14 charges into the paint now, left hand, puts it down. 34, back one-handed bounce pass into the paint. 14, swipe by Callum, and then loose for a second. 5 hangs on. 1 with a spin around down the baseline, pretty play, back outside. Maybe ill-advised in the end. Ollie, jump stop pass, Callum has it. Callum to 5, who was looking to set the screen, found the ball in his hands, and then a pass over to 13, too much to hang on to. Kind of a give and go option, possibly working there that wasn't capitalized on. So 5 carries the ball down quite often when he's in the game with the handles. Makes signals with his left hand. 14 into the paint. 34, back out. Didn't like it. 1, and sent 5 into the air. Callum trying to stay with them and knocked away. And the Wallace Rangers maintain possession somehow of that one. A 1 possession spread here. Been tight. All period into the second now. 5 comes up, Curtis sets the screen, and Ollie goes unimpeded to the basket, but couldn't make good on the layup. Does have an offensive board, Callum does, and then couldn't find a player as he swings this one out. A fast break, 14. Too strong off the glass. And the Rangers reset. Ollie walks it down to slow the pace. Moves to his right on the wing. Back into the paint. Jumper. Won't go, and 34 boards it. Dahlstrom was calling for it in a backcourt violation. I said backcourt. He must have kind of palmed that ball. I don't think anybody stepped back across the court. Ollie, eyes up. Left side, gets past the screen and rolls it, but not strong enough, in a defensive rebound. 14 underhand to 1. 13 trying to stay with him. The shot goes up, misses off the mark, and then bats over, and Curtis takes one in the face. But the Rangers get the ball. 4:30 in the first half. Both teams looking for offense. Callum on the wing, drives in, and right hand goes up and rolls across. 5, back out to Callum, around a 13. Long shot, no rotation on that ball, and it's too long. 14 trying to keep the dribble alive. Ollie tried to swipe for it. Now tipped by him. 12 finds it, and 13 trying to tie him up. 13 wins that battle, and then a couple of tips there on the rocket pass across court. And another tall one, and too hot to handle this time. Here come the original 5 back on the court for Dahlstrom and Wallstrom. How'd you like that? Wallace subs 3 themselves. Here comes number 3, speaking of it. Left side, baseline, out to Braden. Braden down the free throw line, puts this one up, and still can't get it to drop. A lot of field goal opportunities for both teams, but just not making them count. Going the other direction. 4 on the floor, bounce pass, back to him. Over to Gregory. Works it to his right side, picked up by Braden and knocked out. 3 to inbound this from the far side, a little pump fake. Got to fake a pass to make a pass, as they say. 4 through the legs. Back over to Reed. And around the horn they work. Baseline 4. Trying to find it. Patrick found him from the back and knocked it out. Ollie on the fast break. Now over to Braden, and he loses possession. Patrick saves it and rolls out. And gonna say it was out before Curtis touched it. And so the Rangers dodge one there. It was a pretty looking pass from Ollie to Braden, and a classic case of running before you have the ball. Callum checks in for Ollie, and Patrick looking to inbound this. On the floor he goes to Braden, and it's rolled out by number 4. Curtis has that long frame, and so he can reach over players to inbound the ball and create clear lanes. Dewey back on the floor, in and out. He goes with a dribble, calling for help. Gets it in the form of Braden, and they bump into each other. And Dewey has his dribble alive. He'll use it into the paint. Puts this one up, and then fouled on the way up. He'll go to the line. First Ranger shooting free throws tonight. 2 shots coming for Dewey, and a chance to extend the lead. And bags the first one. Shot 2 of 2. And 11 steps into the paint, but no matter, he got them both. Here comes 4 in a 10-7 Wallace game. Hot pass over to 3, into the paint. 20, up with it, and fouled. A couple of shots coming from Caleb. See if he can't match what Dewey just did, and he misses on the first. Second shot, on the mark, maybe off to the right a little bit, misses. Callum with the ball after Curtis rebounds it. Curtis, hot pass, looking for Dewey, but misses, and a turnover. 3 moving the other direction. Hits it out to 4, sends the defenders flying into the paint. 11, and he loses it. Curtis has it. Looking for some runners. Callum at the top. Callum trying to get into the paint and drive, and Patrick wasn't ready for it, went right past him into 11's hands. Bounce pass, 2-on-1, 4 up with it, and responds. And back to 1. 2 minutes to play in half number 1. Over to Callum, and no defenders in front of him. Races in, bounce pass to Patrick, and a kick called. I thought it was inadvertent, but referee thought it was on purpose, and so the Rangers will inbound under the basket. Patrick right there to Curtis. Soft and easy, back to him, but he's under the goal and can't make it happen and turns it over. And can't lick his wounds long as he's got to get back on defense. Reed got some room if he wants it. Callum in between the bodies of offense. 4, good looking pass there and knocked away. Boy, that's probably the best pass we've seen tonight. 3 inbounds under the boards. Got a running number 4. Dewey slides over to try to pick him up. Back out to 3. And Callum there with the defense. Dahlstrom using those bounce passes. A bunch of aerial passes to start. 4 finds 3 on the baseline. Knocked away by Dewey. Maintains his ball. And 4 with a little fake through the legs. Callum picking him up. Works to the right side and finds an open Gregory. Back to him. And Callum steps in front of that one. Wheels around on the turnover. Got Gregory behind him. A little layup. Too hard, but draws the foul. And he'll get a chance to shoot. So same position as Dewey was in earlier, a chance to extend the lead, but won't happen on the first one. He's got one more coming as the feet start to stamp in the stands. Callum shoots this one high and rolls it in, and it's a 2-point game. 57 seconds to go in half number 1. 11-9 the count. 4 through the legs. Now left side, Caleb outside the paint. Rocket pass. 3's going to take the 3 ball, and too deep. And Patrick has the board knocked away, and Callum secures. Moves back around. Has Dewey if he wants him. Callum decides to keep the dribble alive, moving all the way down. Now back to Dewey, but Gregory steps in front of it. 35 seconds to go. Reed's got plenty of time to set an offense up if he wants to. 11 works it back out to the left side. Gets it into Caleb. And now an open 4 will take the 3 ball and miss on the backside of the rim, but another offensive rebound as Patrick couldn't secure it. Hard pass into the corner. 3 finds some room. Eyes up. 11 at the free throw line. The 2-3 defense slides over and they get Gregory on the wing. 4 back. Around the horn they go. Back to him. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 3. Can't find an open shot and had to throw up a prayer, but it was short. A close one, 11-9 as we go to the break. Back for another half. And Wallace will start with it. Moving right to left this time, and all will dish one off in a quick play by Gregory. And Dewey gets it back on the hustle. Over to Patrick on the baseline. He'll take the left-handed 3 ball and thought about it for a minute. Get an offensive board, but then stolen away by scrappy number 2. That we're keeping the stat, but rebounds, and there's a steal there. 3, Ollie, right side, couldn't get it to go. Swatted hard by 22 as he came in. It'll stay with Dahlstrom. I was going to say, I believe Dahlstrom will have the advantage in the rebound category as they are showing some hustle tonight. Here comes number 5, back down. And a fast one out to 14. Dewey picks him up. And that ball into Braden's arms, and then 34 called for the reach-in. Rainbow pass over 12's arms to Ollie as he crosses midcourt. Calls for the offense. Left hand. And then as they scrape off of Dewey, he gets the ball down the baseline. Little floater, too short. Found the front of the rim and bounced across. Got his own rebound. And then a Dahlstrom basketball. Pass back to 5 from Reed. 5. To the right side. Cross traffic. 34 looking for help and tied up. So under the basket. Dahlstrom gets a quick catch and shoot, but too strong, and Braden goes airborne for it. Bounce pass to Dewey. Trying to use that left hand. Ricocheted by Gregory. And Braden moves to his right side through the legs. Eyes up, looking for help. Finds it in Patrick. Patrick wheels around the left. Uncontested into the paint. Shot goes up and in. And a good-looking jump shot from Patrick as his body and momentum was going to the left and had to recorrect to the right.
Great shot.
13-9 ball game. And this pass blocked and kicked away by Curtis. Right side layup, and it's in. He's got 8 points tonight. Almost in the double digits is number 2. Here comes the press from Wallace as they've got a tie for the biggest lead of the night in a jump ball, and this one will go Rangers' way. So a chance to make this the largest lead of the night in the errant pass, and Gregory, the recipient of the ball bouncing off of the leg of the would-be receiver. Big pass over the corner, 34 back to Gregory, and that left wing is his preferred spot, it seems. 14. Doesn't use the dribble. And this ball not caught by 34th. Ollie helps himself and gets control. Right side, wheels back around. Over to Dewey, and Braden calls for it. A 2 ball and 2 deep. And Curtis couldn't wrap that one up. 4:57 in the third period. Little stutter step. Hot pass to the backcourt. 5 points. Now calls for it. And tipped away by Wallace. It'll stay there. Curtis too fast, but couldn't get control, and then wraps one up and finds Ollie and dishes it off. So the speed of 2 pays off, and then a reach in called. Patrick will inbound. Curtis normally does, but Patrick does when he's on the floor as well. Curtis reverse layup and drops it in. How about that? He's got 10 points tonight. Dahlstrom trying to respond. Chest pass to the corner. And then a big pass over to Gregory. Braden slides out to cover it. Back to 5, and they're trying to work to the inside of the paint. Bounce pass inside to 34, and breaked away by the Wallace defense. Dewey races past the defense, going court to court, but out of bounds, and turns it over. And here comes the 5-player changeout for Dahlstrom. Curtis, catch and shoot, and he's got 12. 4, press, saved, overhand, right to Braden, and Braden comes with a right-handed layup, too strong. Curtis right back up with it, and drops it in. 14 points for number 2. Quicker pace of basketball now. 1 wheels around. Fresh legs on for the Mustangs. Back to the top, and he works the left side. 11 waiting. Back to him. Ollie tried to step in front of that and into the paint, and Curtis knocks it away. And they kick it back to the backcourt, and they'll start fresh. 13 inside. Caleb back to him. He's got some room. Puts a high shot up and rattles it home. And a good-looking jumper from 13. Ollie decides to use a little clock, catch his breath, and slow the pace. Now he'll pick it up. 2:58 in the third. Through the legs. Eyes up to the right side. And Braden sets a screen. He'll use it and dish it to Patrick. A little head fake. It's stripped away. 4. Back to Ollie. Into the paint he goes. Teardrop shot. Misses to the left, and Caleb's got a board. 13. Trying to get hands on it. And then a good decision to dump it away. This one to a waiting number 1. Dewey slides over. Back out to 1 on the wing. Behind the back and back to him. Back and forth they go. And now a jump stop and a put up by 20. I think a few gaps. Not called for the foul, but the jump stop counts. And Dahlstrom makes good on points. They've got the last 4 of the game. 21-13 the count. Over to Dewey. 2 minutes to play in period 3. Patrick over the top and knocked away. And it'll be a turnover. 8-point ball game. And some fresh feet on for the Rangers. 1, driving all the way into the paint, goes up with it, and misses to the right side. Curtis secures the rebound. No press this time. They retreat. 5 comes in, sets the screen. Ollie gives it to Callum on the baseline. Callum up with it, and he'll contest his shot, or advised shot rather. And Curtis misses. 5 gets it. He misses. Curtis gets the board, saves it back to Callum. Callum over to 5. 5 kicks it back out to Curtis, and up with it he goes off the mark, gets his own board, and then fouled in the act. High energy basketball in that last session. Curtis with a chance to take advantage of the rest here. Misses the first one, catches immediately and rattles the second home. Wallace retreats, 22-13. Coming up on a minute to go in the third period. 1, over 13, knocks it away. Looking for 13, and it'll stay with the Mustangs. Ollie perimeter player. Shuffling his feet. Thought about the steal. And a deep three ball. Banks it home for number one. So we've seen our share of three-pointers tonight. Always fun to watch that. Middle school level basketball. 40 seconds to play in the third period. Ollie gonna try one of his own, and he knocks one down and answers right away. 25-16 the score. Half a minute to go in the third. No look pass over to one. Picked up by the outside and knocked away by Ollie on a rocket wheeling pass out of bounds. 11 will inbound over to one. Over the top. Found 20. 4. Thought about the three. Now dribbles in. Puts it up and it's too strong. 11 goes airbound and he's got the left side layup. 25-18, under 10 seconds. Ollie's going to have to work quick. 5, 4, 3, 2, and a long three, Steph Curry style. And no bueno. We go to the fourth, 25-18 Wallace. One more chapter in this one. Dahlstrom will start with it. Continuing to move left to right. 3 back in the game. And Patrick sent flying by. 4. Bounce pass to 14. Picks up the dribble and rolls it over to Caleb and it's whipped away. Great. Got Patrick in front. Hangs on to possession through the legs. And over to Curtis. An open Dewey on the other side. And a layup and drops it in with an and one. And a chance for a three-point play. So a miss on the and one. But Patrick with the board, but couldn't make good on it. And Dahlstrom has it. 27-18. 9-point lead. And here comes the Mustangs. 3. High pass over to 4. Wheels it around. Back to him now. And chest pass the other direction. And the ball lost. And Patrick grabs it from the ground. Curtis passes off to Ollie and they slow the tempo. Ollie hangs on the possession, dumps it to Curtis in the paint, and then he hits the deck and gonna go to the line and shoot a couple. I wasn't sure if Curtis was actually in the act of shooting or if the foul would be called on the ground, but it is a shot and this is the first one. Second of 2 does not go either. Patrick with another board and then the ball errantly thrown, saved by Dewey. Braden trying to get it and it's loose and then knocked away by Dewey. And they're gonna say it goes with Wallace. I thought Dewey punched that ball out. It would have been a Mustang basketball, but not the case. Curtis dips it over to 10. Over to Patrick. Down the baseline. Back to Dewey. 6:45. Dewey down the baseline himself on a travel call. And we had a couple of early travel calls by Dahlstrom and hadn't really had many since then until now. Here comes Dahlstrom with 6:40 to play. Trying to close that gap. That ball carried on the shoulder a bit as it was grabbed by Wallace. Dahlstrom keeps the possession. Gets it over to 3. Dewey slides over. And 3 with a high brand of passing to 14 at the top. Back to him. Inside. Back out. And he's got room. He'll take it. And a little short on the shot. Caleb goes up. And Curtis trying to find it. And then a foul called on the putback. Caleb puts up a shot. And nice and calm collects a point. 8-point game. Here comes the second. And rolls that one off to the right side. Curtis gets the board. And he'll carry it all the way and fire to Patrick underneath, but 12 there, and an errant pass out of bounds. Wallace defense will give him room. 4 moves to his right, through the legs, and back out to the top. 14 trying to find a lane. He'll let 4 try. 4 passes to 20. And kick it out to 3. Pump fake. Hard pass off of Curtis's leg. 3 underhand. 4 with the layup and too strong off the glass. Curtis overhand to Patrick. Gonna take the 3 ball two's got a long range. Wallace stays down for the press on a 30-19 game, and for the first time today, it's a double-digit lead. Rocket pass to change things up and tipped away by Dewey, who couldn't save it. 3, on 4, and back to him. And he'll take the baseline three-pointer. And short on the shot, Patrick has the board. And Braden gets it. Up to Dewey, up the floor. Trying to guard him. Patrick has it. And thought about the step-back shot. Braden will take it on the wing and shoot it too deep. Dahlstrom has the board. Going the other way with 4:40 in the game. 30-19 the count. 3, inside the 20. Patrick goes airborne and fouls him. And he'll shoot 2. So Caleb, who made good on one of his free throws a minute ago, does again to start. 30-20, see if we can cut it to single digits here, and he won't quite. And Curtis and Patrick wrestle for a rebound. One of them gets it. Ollie, chest pass over to Dewey, and he takes the long range 2 off the front of the rim, but it'll be a Wallace board. 14 was racing. Patrick to Curtis, underneath, over to Dewey. Dewey up and down he goes, and too shy on the layup. Saves one, 3 receives it. And Braden collides, 4 keeps it alive, and 4 goes around 3, and then the foul called on Curtis, who's got a couple tonight. These free throw opportunities giving Dahlstrom a chance to climb back into this one, but couldn't capitalize on it there. 4 at the second, and knocks this one down as a sub, or a timeout rather, commences. A couple of horns sound to get both teams out of the timeouts as they weren't budging. Wallace inbounds, and a hot pass to Callum. Callum trying to get control of it, and back out to Braden, who pops one deep. Patrick with the board and throws one up, and a prayer, it goes in. Not his best form, but it counts nonetheless, and it's back to 11. 4, 3-point. Too deep. Defensive rebound. Patrick secures it, and another fast break opportunity, but Dahlstrom was ready for it. And 5 swipes away from Braden. Just took it out of his hands. Eyes up, looking for help. Crosses court, and 14. 3, back and forth, and it's swiped away by number 3. So down here on the Mustang end of things, 20 up and fouled in the act. 20, going to see if he can't cut into this 11-point Wallace lead. 13 in for 1 on the sub opportunity, and the second rattled in and rattled out, and an offensive board. 12 looking for help, and Callum ties him up. Curtis got company in his face, calling for help, and finds Ollie right in front of him. A pump fake. 5 called for the reach-in. Callum catch on the fly through the back, runs to the right side, finds Ollie. Ollie to the left. Ollie looking for help. Over the top to Patrick in the paint. Patrick takes the left-handed shot and knocks it down. And the largest lead of the night is 13. And knocked away by Curtis into the stands. Got to look alive here in middle school basketball. 3 ball. Rattles home for 3. Full court press for the Mustangs. Pass intercepted and knocked away by 3. And excuse me, no, it'll stay with Wallace. So everybody down here on this end. Ollie. Back to Curtis. Curtis. Looking for Patrick, but knocked away by 12. So good heads-up play by the men in white. Here come the Mustangs. 4. Picked up the dribble, and Curtis trying to strip him. Maintained it. No look pass. Caleb with the layup. What a pretty play of basketball. 2 minutes. And counting as the clock is moving. Number 2. To the right side. Down the baseline. Fires over and stepped in front of his Dahlstrom. A turnover. And 5 wheels around. Eyes down court. Looking for who he can create the lane with. And 4 open 3 ball. And knocks it down. Toilet bowl style. And a timeout. Rangers has a bunch of points there in a row collected for the Mustangs on a response. An 8-0 run has made this just a 5-point game here with a minute and a half to play. And a turnover. Going the other direction. Dahlstrom with another one, making a 10-point run for the Mustangs. And it's just a 3-point game as it stands. Patrick charges the left side. And makes it an one opportunity coming. So Patrick stops the bleeding of a 10-0 run and shoots a high free throw that goes in and a 3-point play finish. Ollie to press. Ford charges down the far side. Takes a look up court. Down court rather. Finds Caleb. And the shot goes up and in. No foul call, but he's got two. And makes it a 4-point game and 4 steps in front. Keeps it alive. 5 goes. Takes it and then 5. Takes it from him. Back and forth. Here we go. Pop past the 3. 60 seconds to play. And a 4-point spread. Dahlstrom into the paint. Shot goes up. And in. It's the 2. Would you believe the comeback? And this is high-intensity basketball now. 51 seconds to play, and Dahlstrom has the possession arrow in their favor. Wallace to inbound. The press on. 5. High pass. Patrick moving to his left side. Picks up the dribble. Gives it to Braden. Braden. And a foul called by number 5. I think the bonus is reached, so any flat foul on the floor now is a shooting foul. Too strong, too high, and he won't go, and Curtis is going to check in the ballgame for number 5. Curtis, who by my count has 16 points tonight, probably does deserve to be in the final 39 seconds. This shot, too deep. 12 goes up over. Patrick Thornton finds it. And they can just hold this ball, make them foul him, but they're wheeling around. Patrick, over to Braden, hits him in the face, and he loses it. And probably should just be holding the ball a bit. So 2 points, a chance to tie or take the lead for the Mustangs. 3 to 4 to 5 and 12, and it's off his hands, and he does not save it and turns it over. 21 seconds to go. Ollie with a slap of the ball and tipped away by the Mustangs. Ollie will inbound from the side court this time. 16 seconds to go, and another timeout call. So in the last 2 or 3 minutes of this quarter, it's been a 14-3 scoring differential in favor of the Mustangs. Ollie got 5 seconds to get it in, trying to find Curtis, and it goes off of Dahlstrom's feet. Ollie looking for help, and then referee asks for the ball back. 12's got to not come across the line. Ollie to Curtis, and then an overhand pass to Patrick. Right-handed layup, and in. Left-handed layup, I should say, from the right side. Patrick has tallied his share of points tonight and made this a 4-point game, and that's the ball game. The Rangers stay alive after a monstrous scare from the resilient Dahlstrom team and win at 39-35. They go 2-0 on the young season. We'll catch our breath and see you next time.